I was talking with my brother Phil the other day about how there's a point where you get to in your photography where it's kind of a cool point to be, where you can envision a shot in your head and know that you have both the experience and the gear to make that shot happen. And I don't want to focus too much on gear. I don't want to say like, oh, it's just, you just have to buy more photo stuff. But that gear is a part of it. There are some shots that you need specific gear to get. And this is an example of both of those things coming together, the experience and the gear, as well as just the eye or the that mindset of seeing photo opportunities around you. This is a jar of Tabasco sauce, just a standard, like a 12-ounce jar that you get at the store. And I was eating breakfast with my kids, and my son uses Tabasco sauce on his eggs. So he put some Tabasco sauce on, and then we're just having breakfast, nothing special, on a Friday morning before school. And I saw all this condensation on the Tabasco jar, and I thought that would make a cool photo, like the kind of close-up shot you see in a magazine advertisement or something like that. And immediately I was like, I can make that photo. And I know how to make that photo. And I've got the gear to make that photo. Like, I'm going to take a photo of close-up condensation on this Tabasco jar. So I did, and it was really cool to make that happen. I went and got my tripod because I knew I would need a tripod. I knew I'd need my macro lens, so I put that on my D750. And I even thought about the background, the black background there. That was an intentional choice on my part. And it's not just Photoshop. That's actually my iPad behind the Tabasco sauce. And I did actually lower the black level in Lightroom. This isn't like Photoshopped specifically, but this was edited in Lightroom because the black background was a little lighter. There were some reflections on it, and I just used the brushing adjustment in Lightroom to just lower the black level. So it essentially turned it all black instead of like kind of varying degrees of gray and black. But what I really want to focus on is the Tabasco jar itself. I used a 3-second exposure. Well, I shot this in manual using my tripod and using my macro lens, and I put the Tabasco close enough to the lens where I could get this shot that you see here. And I actually tried a couple that were a little closer. If you look at the top right-hand corner of the photo, you see that little green ring. That's the top of the jar of sauce. And I tried some that were a little closer where you couldn't see that green ring because I want to get really close to the water droplets. So what I realized is the closer you got to the water droplets, the less context you had. And it ended up just looking like like an orange peel or something, because it lost that sense of the rest of the parts of the image that help you understand what you're even looking at. So I actually backed this away from my camera just a little bit so we could see that green ring in the top right-hand corner, and shot at a couple different apertures. F11 was kind of where I ended up. That was actually my just-in-case aperture. I thought the right one would be f8. And I shot some at f8, some at, I think, 5.6. And then I was like, I might as well shoot one at f11 too, just in case. And sure enough, f11 was the winner. And I probably could have even gone smaller, like f16 or f22. This is a really fun shot to take, and I really like that I got to involve my kids in it. We did this right before, while we were eating breakfast, right before school started, and it was a fun little photography exercise to do right at the kitchen table with very minimal setup time and just a cool, quick little photo to take, a little macro experiment.